I'll never forget the day it hit me. It was one of those ordinary mornings, coffee in one hand, rummaging through my bag for the car keys with the other. My granddaughter leaned in to hug me goodbye before school. And then she paused. She didn't say anything right away, but she scrunched her nose ever so slightly. Then, as gently as only a 12-year-old can be, she whispered, "Nana, you smell kinda funny. Ouch." Now, I've always taken pride in looking after myself. I'm not one to leave the house without my signature lipstick or a spritz of perfume. But this was different. Funny wasn't exactly the vibe I was going for. I didn't want to smell like a musty drawer, or like I'd marinated in a bottle of rosewater for a week. So I did what any woman with a bit of pride and curiosity would do. I went digging, and guess what I found? I wasn't alone. Doctors, dermatologists, even fragrance experts are all saying the same thing. When we layer too many products with clashing scents, especially as we age, the result can be less than fresh. They're calling it olfactory overload. But let's be honest, it's what some folks politely describe as grandma odor. And here's the thing that shocked me. It's not because we're older. It's because we're accidentally layering products that don't belong together, creating a scent storm that gets stuck in our clothes, our hair, and even our furniture. So I decided to strip everything back, to figure out which products were working against me, and how to still smell lovely, grown, and graceful, without knocking someone out in the lift. Let me walk you through what I learned. It changed how I shop, how I get ready, and honestly, how I feel walking out the door. Trust me, you'll want to take notes. Once I started digging into my routine, I realized my daily lineup looked a bit like a perfume counter exploded. Let me give you a picture. I'd start the day with a heavily scented deodorant, something powdery and floral, the kind we're told smells clean. Then I'd moisturize with a rose-scented body lotion, spritz a citrus perfume on my neck, and finish with a hair product that smelled like coconuts and vanilla. Individually lovely. But altogether, a full-blown fragrance war, the real wake-up. Call came when I read a piece by a dermatologist who said, "Your deodorant might be the strongest scent you wear, and it competes with your perfume." That blew my mind. So I did a little experiment. I switched to a fragrance-free deodorant and let my perfume be the star of the show. You wouldn't believe the difference. Suddenly, people were asking what scent I was wearing. Not because it was overpowering, but because it finally had the space to shine. My fragrance wasn't fighting with anything. It was like opening the window and letting in a single beautiful breeze. But this isn't just about deodorant and perfume. It's about how each product we use, lotions, body sprays, dry shampoos, builds layer upon layer of scent. And here's what happens as we get older. Our skin chemistry changes. We don't hold scents the same way we did in our 20s. Some notes get stronger, others fade. Combine that with product overload and boom, you've got a smell that's less mature elegance and more museum closet. So what do? We simplify. Pick 1 or 2 scented products per day. Max. Let them complement each other, not clash. If I'm going with a citrus perfume, I'll skip the vanilla body cream. If I'm using a floral lotion, I might go without perfume entirely, and let that be my scent. And always choose a deodorant that plays nice, or stays out of the way completely. This change alone made me feel more confident. Not because I was dousing myself in something trendy, but because I finally felt like me again. Clean, calm, collected, and definitely not funny-smelling Nana. Now that I had my deodorant and perfume working in harmony, I felt like I was getting somewhere. But something was still off. You know that feeling when you've washed your hair, styled it, maybe added a serum or spray, and yet, by day 2 or 3, your head smells like last week's handbag. That was me. The culprit? Scented hair products. Oh, they lure you in with promises of Moroccan bliss or orchid dew. And sure, they smell amazing when you first use them. But those artificial scents don't just sit pretty. They linger. They bake into your pillowcase. They sneak onto your scarf. And when mixed with your body lotion and perfume, they throw everything out of whack. I didn't realize how much impact my hair routine had until my husband said, "You smell different today. Less busy." I laughed, but I knew what he meant. Here's the problem. A lot of hair products are overloaded with synthetic fragrance, and because we apply them so close to our face, the scent sticks around all day, sometimes for days. That buildup creates a kind of stale, sweet haze that clashes with everything else we wear. And listen, I'm not saying you have to give up lovely smelling shampoo altogether, but moderation is key. These days, I alternate. I'll use a fragrance-free shampoo for my midweek wash and save my scented conditioner for weekends or special outings. I also stopped using 3 different styling products when one will do. Less layering means less confusion for my nose and everyone else's. Another trick? Wash scarves, hats, and pillowcases regularly. Fabric traps hair scent like nobody's business. Even if your perfume is fresh, an old scarf soaked in week-old coconut mist will give you away. If you want to smell modern, not musty, this is one of the biggest changes you can make. Clean hair, light touch, one clear scent. Trust me, your head will thank you, and so will your social circle. All right, my friend, we've made it to the final round. And this one, it's sneaky. You probably wouldn't expect it because, on its own, it seems innocent, even comforting. But when scented laundry products and fabric sprays collide with your perfumes, lotions, and hair care, it can create a cloud of what doctors now politely call olfactory fatigue. The rest of us just call it grandma smell. I didn't believe it at first. I mean, what's more inviting than fresh laundry? That warm, just-folded scent of lavender or clean cotton. It always made me feel put together. But here's what happened. Was using a lavender fabric softener, a fresh linen dryer sheet, and a floral deodorant, all layered onto my clothes before I even put on any skincare or perfume. Then I'd add a spritz of citrus or musk. The end result? Clashing notes and a smell that just lingered. It turns out synthetic laundry scents are powerful, and they stick. When mixed with personal fragrance, they create a confusing aroma that makes us smell older than we are. And the worst part? We can't even smell it on ourselves after a while. We become nose-blind. So I did an experiment. I washed a set of my clothes in fragrance-free detergent and skipped the dryer sheets. I wore them with just my normal perfume. No lotion, no sprays. And you know what? People complimented me. They said I smelled clean, fresh, like myself. That's when it hit me. Less is actually more. Here's my checklist now. The smell fresh at every age. Guide pick 1 hero. Scent per day. Let 1 fragrance lead. Avoid clashing textures. Heavy oils can distort fragrance. Don't reapply over old product. Clean first. Watch hair products. Scent builds up fast. Choose neutral laundry. Clothes carry scent longer than skin. Test combinations on tissue. Let them sit. Then smell. Ask a trusted friend. They'll tell you the truth, gently. You don't need to smell young. You need to smell clear and intentional. Let your scent whisper, not shout, and let it say, I know who I am. If this helped you rethink your routine, or gave you that little nudge to simplify, I'd love it if you gave this video a like and hit subscribe. It helps more women find this kind of content. And let's be honest, we could all use a little less grandma odor and a little more fresh confidence. See you in the next one, and stay beautifully you.